What's going on, y'all? Jordan the Maestro in the building. We're back again with another video. Today we're going to talk about a very important strategy, one that is very popular in the trading community, which is the MACD strategy, right? There are many ways to use this strategy, but I'm going to show you in particular how I would use this strategy and how you could use it as a key tool to make tons and tons of profits in the Forex market. You ready? Let's go. All right, guys, so when we talk about MACD, MACD stands for Moving Average Convergence Divergence, right? And in this strategy, we want to first go and open up our trading view. Trading view is going to be the platform we're using, all right? We open up our trading view, and then when we hit indicators, we want to type in MACD, all right? Now, the MACD indicator that I use is MACD 4C by Squatter. That's the one I find more useful. So when we go to our indicators, we type in MACD, and then we're going to put a space between that and put in 4C. And then you want to notice how you have a couple of MACD 4Cs here, but this first one, and maybe the first one for you, or maybe another one, but it'll say MACD 4C by VKNO 422, but you want to watch out for this squatter, right? All right here, squatter 1635. This is the one I use. It's currently on my trading view right now, and that's what should come up for you, right? Now, in addition to that, let's look at the inputs for our MACD. So I'm going to click on this indicator, and then I'm going to right click just to make sure all of my inputs are set, okay? So once you right click and you go to settings, you should go to the inputs tab and make sure your fast moving average is at 12, your slow moving average is at 26, and your signal length is at 9, okay? So we set those up, those should be the defaults, and we are all good. Now, when you're looking at the MACD, there's a lot going on, but it's very important that we understand what the things are piece by piece, okay? So you have, first of all, your histogram. Okay, your histogram, so these green bars over here, as well as these red bars over here, these are indicators to let you know whether the market is currently trending upwards or if the market is currently trending downwards, okay? The next thing you want to pay attention to is the signal line, okay? Notice this white signal line over here. Okay, so the white signal line is going to give you an extra confluence. So when the white signal line follows the histogram moving downwards, right, we have a clear downtrend. When the white signal line follows the histogram going upwards, we have a clear uptrend, okay? Lastly, we have the zero line. Now, the zero line may not necessarily be easy to spot, but the zero line is, imagine now, a horizontal line right down the middle, okay? So right before we cross over from green to red or from red to green, we have to hit the zero line, okay? And that's pretty much what we want to look for as we use and implement the MACD strategy, okay? So again, we have the histogram. It's going to tell us whether we have a bullish move or a bearish move, followed by a confluence of the signal line following the histogram, all right? If the signal line follows the histogram, we know we have a solid bearish move or bullish move. And then we have the zero line, which it has to cross over with in order for it to switch from bearish to bullish or bullish to bearish, okay? So now let's use this in some examples. How would I use the MACD strategy? Now, like this is how I would use MACD. All right, so we're gonna start up here, and I want you to notice how the histogram is going to pretty much mimic what is going on with price, okay? So you should be understanding what's going on with price, but the histogram is also gonna mimic what's going on with price, right? So most recently, we have price that was kind of bullish, all right, over here, and price is on its way down, and notice how the histogram also, it's on its way down, okay, right over here. Price is on its way down, histogram is on its way down. All right, so the histogram is gonna wanna mimic price. Now, what we wanna look for, when we wanna watch out for, are a couple of things. Obviously, we're gonna wanna know when the histogram is about to hit the zero line, but we also wanna know if we are getting this thing that we call divergence, okay? One of the most important things when we talk about the MACD indicator. Now, the way we understand divergence is the indicator, which I said is going to mimic price. If the indicator is going one way and price is going another way, then we have spotted a divergence, and usually it's a signal for us that a reversal or major reversal may be on its way to happen, okay? So here, the way I would spot this using my MACD indicator, again, we have this up move that has happened. MACD follows it accordingly, right? And then comes down and MACD follows it accordingly. Now, when we get to this area, over here, notice how price comes back upwards. However, the MACD indicator is showing you that it's going even lower, okay? This right here is what we call divergence. Technically, what I should see from the MACD indicator, right, if it was following along, is as this area was getting lower, although this is a higher high than this should also be a little peak over here. So I should see this and then perhaps another smaller peak just like that, okay? But instead, not only did I get a downward peak, all right? Not only did I get a downward peak, but I also crossed over to the zero line as well, okay? I crossed over to the zero line as well, okay? To better understand this, let us use the replay, because sometimes it could be a little tough for us to really understand how we would spot this in the live market. So in the live market here, this is what I'm seeing, okay? This is what I'm seeing. So I have, again, price is coming downwards, gave a retest. However, the MACD indicator is not following along with what current price is doing, right? Instead, we sunk even lower, went even lower, okay? And this is a major indication, which is what we call divergence, that we are potentially going to get a reversal. Now, these confluences are very, very helpful, especially around major support or resistance areas. And as you can see over here, we have in a major area of resistance, and we have that confluence to add on to it, okay? So out of all the things we know about the market, we know that we are looking for a lower high, right? We know that we can't pass the previous high. We know that the downtrend is still valid so long as the retest is not past the previous high. We know that we are at a major level of resistance. Now adding the MACD, we have divergence as well in the MACD as well as the MACD crossover. All of these are strong confluences. So now when I take my trade, this is what tends to happen, okay? Now you have a major reversal, okay? And obviously we can count the pips, but this is a major move from one zone to another, okay? And that's how you want to be using your MACD, okay? So divergence is going to be a major part of all of this. Now, what we want to do is take a look at other ways we can take advantage of using the MACD indicator as well, right? So let's take a look. All right, so now we're going to look at, as the market is trending in this downtrend over here, let's also take a look at what the MACD indicator is doing, okay? So we have price coming down here and gives us a retest, okay? Price gives us a retest over here. Now, the MACD indicator, if we kind of line up the retest with what the MACD is doing, okay? The MACD indicator is following price accordingly. And that's fine. So now we don't necessarily have divergence, but in what way can we possibly take advantage of this move? There has to be a way we can take advantage of this move. There is a way you can take advantage of this move using the MACD indicator. Now, what we want to pay attention to now is the histogram, okay? So the histogram right over here, notice the different shades, okay? Notice the different shades. Now, I want you to note this down. As price is losing momentum, on the bullish side, you're going to see the bullish side of the MACD histogram go from light to dark, okay? I'll repeat that again. As the up move in price is losing momentum, you're also going to see the MACD indicator on the bullish side go from light to dark on the histogram. The histogram is going to go from light to dark as it's losing momentum. Okay, now it's opposite when we talk about the bearish side. So the bearish side, as the bearish move is losing momentum, you're going to see the histogram go from dark to light. Okay, so on the bullish side for the histogram, we're going from light to dark. On the bearish side, we're going from dark to light as we are losing momentum again, right? Let's keep those things into perspective. Now, if I have this down move that has happened and I see a retest occurring, and one of the major issues that traders fall into is not really understanding when the retest is about to be completed, right? When should I enter a trending market? When do I know the retest is over? Where exactly, what's my signal to enter? Should I use Fibonacci? Should I use this, that? You can also use MACD, right? And the way we want to use this, now we said that on the bearish side, notice again, we're going to go towards this retest, towards the end of this retest. So we said as the retest is losing momentum, right? So where's the retest? Right here. Okay, so as this retest is starting to lose its momentum, we're going to see a shift in the MACD histogram go from, especially on the bearish side, we're going to see the shift go from dark to light. Okay, from dark to light. So notice how this goes from dark, and then we have the light side over here. After you have, listen to this, after you have a couple of candles, and when I say a couple, I'm talking about 2, 3, even 4 candles on the histogram that have turned light, then you want to pay attention and get ready for your entry. Okay, so after 2 or 3 light candles on the histogram, you want to get ready for your entry, and you know that there's a possibility that the retest is more than likely ending at this spot over here. Okay, so notice how all of these candles are getting light. After the third candle, if we enter this trade and have a good enough stop loss, then we hold and watch that the retest ends and the down move continues, and that is a great way to stack up your profits. Okay, so now we hit this area of support over here. Okay, so now we at the MACD, we hit this area of support over here, and I want you to notice what's happening. Again, let's take a close look at what's happening to the MACD. So we get to this area, we get to this downtrend, and as expected, we also have a downtrend. We have the histogram moving downwards on the MACD. Fine, makes sense. However, we get to this area over here, right? And then the next low, right, after this very small retest is this. So I think all of you would agree that this low over here, and let me make sure it's clear for you guys, I think everyone would agree that this low over here is higher than this low. In other words, this most recent low that I'm circling right now is lower than the previous low, right? I think we would all agree with that. This low is lower than the previous low, which means we are moving more sell side. However, if we take a look at our MACD, during this behavior in price, we have our MACD, instead of going lower and giving us a lower low, and let me try to expand this for you guys. So instead of giving us a lower low and compared to this previous low, we are moving upwards. Okay, we are moving upwards. Do you guys see that? So going back to price, we're going lower. MACD, we're going higher. This is again what we call divergence. Okay, so now if I spot this divergence, the next step I want to take is I want to make sure that this move is actually losing momentum, and I'm not just entering a buy and it goes further sell side. So what do I do? Again, what's my indication on the MACD that price might be losing momentum? The indication is that I start seeing the light candles, right? When we talk about the red candles, when we talk about the bearish side, I want to look at the lighter candles. After a couple lighter candles in a row, then I know this move is losing momentum. On top of that, I have divergence, which is another very strong indicator. I feel very comfortable now taking this buy. Okay, so now as I take this buy and I enter somewhere over here, then I have a good little move that I can either scalp or I can hold for a decent enough profit. Okay, so this was a 70 pip move that I could have gotten right from the initial indicator that price is diverging, and obviously I could take advantage of that and make wonders with that. Okay, even as a swing trader, no reason why you should lose that trade being up 70 pips. Okay, all right, so let's do one more. So now we're moving along here. Now we have price breaks through this area of support over here. This is where we want to focus on. Price breaks through this area of support, okay, right over here. And what's going on in the MACD? The MACD also shows us this downtrend. Let me extend that. The MACD also shows us this downtrend over here, okay? So MACD is mimicking price right now. Now we get a retest back to that zone. We get that retest back to that zone. MACD is also showing us that we are going to get a retest to that zone. Okay, now as we hit the zero line, and again, if we are on this downtrend, this is how we combine all of these confluences. Okay, so I'm going to combine a couple of confluences. I had a previous support that was broken. That's number one, confluence for sell side pressure. Okay, I now have a retest back to that zone, another strong confluence. Number two, I have MACD that's also showing me not only did it cross over, right? Not only did we get past the zero line and also the signal line has crossed over, but also that I'm losing momentum on the retest as well because I have plenty of candles that are turning from dark to light. Okay, so plenty of these candles have turned dark to light, and as a result, I know I'm losing momentum on this retest and it may be a good time to enter. So now all of these confluences combined give me a strong bias to take my sell, and when I take my sell, I get myself a very well winning trade, okay? Very good trade over here for EU. So as you can see, the MACD indicator is a very, very strong tool to add to your confluence belt. Obviously, you want to use many different confluences, and it's most effective as well at areas of support and resistance, but you can definitely use this as your only indicator, as one of your additional indicators, etc. The point is, it is a very, very strong indicator letting you know when price is not only about to reverse, but also, which is one of the difficult points with traders, when a retest is about to end, because you get to see that momentum shift. So MACD, all right, for those of you guys who like to use indicators, MACD is a very strong one. Get good at it. It takes a little practice to be able to spot different areas of divergence, or when the candlesticks are losing momentum, etc. It takes some practice. But the more you practice with it, the better you get to adding it as an additional confluence, and the stronger your trading is going to be overall. All right, so I hope this video was really helpful. Let me know if you guys want more of this. I'll do a part 2, part 3, whatever you guys want, and we can definitely get deeper into the MACD strategy. All right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Jordan Maestro, take care.